welcomes you. What can I do for you?
Good day.
I never turned on my headset. I left my phone connected to my headset. Never turned on, so I've just been yapping to myself. Actually, not even the first time. And probably won't be the last. I'm switching these two controls. I want, where's H? I want H. I'm just not using, wait, what? Could have sworn I just unbound it. Maybe I should add H as a keybind. I'm not sure. What are the chances that I get somebody who joins and actually tries to answer my question? I will say, man, I kind of, and this is coming from somebody who, you know, isn't the best at engaging a lot of the time. Hi. TY for, yeah, like this. Is this used for anything? Or like this? Paladin, oh, they wouldn't want the res? You can get Phoenix for like 465 ED. So the sup one useless. Oh. 65 121. Do you want either or both? Wait, that shield? Oh, vortex with perfect. Not worth much. So probably Tracy, or do you want either? No, TY. TY for info. TY, you too. Awesome. What a fucking gangster, dude. Alright, so he explained it to me. Bring it in, maybe I have something to trade. What an absolute G. I wonder who that guy was. His name was just Assassin. I don't remember it. Frick. I should have paid attention. My one weakness. Okay. So I don't know. I guess not. Not really worth anything. He said it was like 65, 151 were perfect. So that's good to know. Would it be proper to have Ruin hold? Nah. I could have Val hold that shit. Like the griefs and... Nah. I'm not hurting for space, I just want to organize. It feels very cluttered. And also, I don't really know what I'm doing now because, dude, it feels... I just want to keep playing this guy. Well, I need to either find or source uh 45 sacred tars. That's what I want to do. I spent so much on the 2020. Um, brother is shouting. A 65, a 65 151 vortex is worth 500 plus Jai, said. See, that guy, like, that's who I was hoping would join. Like, somebody who, like, yeah, that's cool. And it's still such a massive noob when it comes to everything. Nah, I could probably just say everything, because unironically, I don't even know hit recovery breakpoints, if they exist, for my character. So, fuck, dude. And I was just, like, what I was gonna say was, this is coming from somebody who really doesn't have the easiest time in, like, initiating any sort of interaction with people. And, man, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of miss it when people were excited to share information about like games they liked instead of the copy and paste. It's like the copy and paste being like, ah, you have Google. It's like, yeah, I know, man, but like, isn't it more fun to share information with each other? And it's like if it's a question that's been asked 9 million times and you've already answered it, or you're just don't you're not interested in answering it, why don't you just not answer it? You're discouraging both parties, people who would potentially answer and people who might rather ask. Uh, 'Cause like I don't mind answering questions if I know them. I'm never gonna respond with, you know, Google's a thing. It's like, shut up, nerd. Holy fuck. What's the point? Spreadsheet Andes. Spreadsheet Andes, man. $14. Still have. It's yeah, that's right. Oh, but these are terrorized. Yeah, but I don't have anything equipped, do I? I've got. This is a 250, 264 MF setup. Unironically, nah, this isn't even toxic. It would be so much. This is the one thing that I would rather it be like in real life for. The rest of it, bro, keep me like, just let me sit behind my computer screen. But like, people who are unironically like, I have Google. I wish, I wish we were just sitting next. Just fucking stuff them back in the locker, man. And I have been CTA vigor hammers. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. I also realized dude, uh, I can't pick up all of the stuff like this and leave it un-ID'd. Fills up too quickly. But the higher profile stuff I'll still grab and leave, or try to remember to leave un-ID'd. Why is there not an like auto bind to move it, you know, from your cube? Like if you have an interface that incorporates your cube and your new method of stacking stackables, why not have a function key that allows you to transfer between the two like you have with the regular inventory to stash, or inventory to cube, or inventory to merc inventory. Wait, 136? What? 130? Shame. Also shame. That's a little bit more reasonable of a time to kill. Made me feel, even though felt like I was taking credit for somebody else's homework. made me feel super cool that that one dude was like, "Holy man, you gotta give me your build. It slaps." I'm like, I wish I could take credit for it. I don't think a single point is my own thinking. Still, funnily enough, way more made me feel way cooler than any time somebody's like, "Yeah, this guy's fucking sick at WoW, dude." I don't know why. Probably actually, because this character's taken longer. This character's taken longer to get together, and I know I could have done it way more efficiently. I know. But this character's taken way longer than any character, main included, or anything close to a main included. That's I'm pretty sure a terrible roll on a bone visage. And also, was briefly reading some stuff about the heralds, and I guess them appearing more than once is more like for zones or acts that you terrorize yourself, more so than what you doing, buddy? Didn't even drop anything. Alright, it's supposed to be like... Oh, I still got 10 minutes. Kinda showing. Why would I click it? I'm pretty sure I heard a jewel. I think I definitely need to turn my volume up a little bit. I'm gonna keep the music at this volume. Nope. No jewel that I can see. So that means I must not need to turn my sound up. That's how that works, right? Eh. You say that, but I remember it. I'll eventually get back to a point where I recognize like the tiles or more of the tiles and turn around quicker. I remember going through the same process the first time around. That. How is that not latched onto this of course, casket. Caskets And coffins just decide sometimes they don't want to be hit. Very cool. Very cool. Yes. So straight from the get-go, this is like pretty much starting off from square one. Other than the fact that I have a very, very geared farmer. So the only thing I have to choose is the manner in which I farm. Most efficient would be hosting chaos runs. I'm pretty confident that I can outpick everybody. But I don't want to do that if I'm being honest. I'll probably end up doing what my build is legitimately worst at, which is farming keys and then fucking rolling torches. Killing reapers and rolling torches. Oh wow, somebody's here. What? They get... Oh, and it's a little dingus. Unlucky. Your leader was a little dingus guy. Ah well. Go next. Oh, hey, there's another one. 2 times the dingus guys. It was very much getting to the point where I need to do some, right at the point actually. Can I ever fit these charms in? Or do I just have them just because? So, one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I have 5, 8, 9, 10. So I have 1 extra. I really wish this didn't have 22 life on it, dude. I want to have the match so badly. I'll throw it on the guy who's holding the offensive lifers, my other hammerdin. Now these will go on the other hammerdin as well. It's not a bad place for him. And this I can check the smiter. So other hammerdin, and then smiter. I think I would probably take faster run walk over, especially if I remember correctly, I was sitting at a cold deficit. Yeah. And just how much am I willing to sack? be honest, I don't even know if it applies the additional lightning damage. And it's 110. Okay, so um so I'm currently 3 over. So I can most certainly drop. I mean, it's got to be this one, I think. The faster run walk's way more useful than. I'm gonna keep it though. The Wirt's leg. Do we do a Wirt's? Do we do a cows? Nah, dude. I mean, like, there's no reason to throw it away. But right. Job is on. Job is on first. Eighteen, 20, 2018. Perfectly balanced. As all things should be. Is there a rune that gives crushing blow to helmet? Probably not, right? Oh no, it's deadly. Yeah, he can't really fucking get rid of G-Face. Or, I mean, like, I don't really want to. Oh, I accidentally put the wrong one back. So this is the extra one. It's funny, I can't even equip it. Hmm. It's a 1918. Actually, how much strength do I even have? Yeah, it's a 1918. That's where it was. Swap back over these two bad mamma jammas. 1520 is fine. This guy's definitely, this guy might even be statted for the 1520. That might be why. And then when I want to go all out, I can throw that demon limb. Demon limb on there. Don't really know the purpose of cure. Is crit useful at all? These are both really low, I'm pretty sure. 25, 391, 25, and the IS just doesn't matter. The funny thing is I put a 15 IIS poison res. Did a bit of an oopsie doopsie fucky wucky on that one. This guy slaps for sure. Okay, so we go. Oh. Oh, now you guys are in trouble. Oh, actually calculated. I need these. I remember the repair cost being not insubstantial, honestly. Hey, we're getting our juvie stores back up. Oh my goodness, what the fuck was that, dude? Something was happening that my computer didn't like. What was that frame drop?
Yes.
Alright, let's see the repair for 1 enchant. That's the repair for 4 enchants, but... yeah, I guess I have to, about 10k per. What up, Elda? Bro. I still know nothing about this game, it feels like. Like, I just need to take this IS. Lay down your head, Hurdy. That's fair. I guess Schaefer's and Azurath is Now, is obedience used for anything? Ooh, Pentagon 15. I wonder if, hmm. Now, other hammerdin. Who knows? Alright, that is so much better of a keybind. This is one that I'm going to deviate from my default custom apply. I'm just going to go through because we actually have a reasonable amount of characters now. Who uses cure on their merc? ES Sorks, probably. Because they can still get poisoned. And that goes through, right? This would actually be an item that her merc would use. Because she doesn't need... Or, I mean, like, it's a fucking scuffed. It's a scuffed version. No, that's what I was doing. Change or updating the they're more or less mules, but right, I can't even look at what the rollables are. These two are kind of like freaking sick. Oh yes, another one of my wonderful ideas. Set is uh the set is built around ice, right? Yeah, cold skill damage. What do? Shales. Let's just put shales in all of the all of the items. Whatever. It's fucking cool, man.
Good day.
Cheers. Thank you. No, I um nah, based on your question, I'm not even sure if it's possible, but I really want sling. Really want sling. And I don't really care about getting circlets, and I don't really care for trading if I'm being honest. Um, so if I get something valuable, it's just like kind of a hassle. It's a lot easier to just kind of, I don't know. This guy was the exception. I finally went from the self-found 1819, and I zeroed out all of my money and got a 2020 Pally Torch. Obviously, not crazy for non-ladder, fucking 9 years after the game was released. I didn't see how much MF that was. What about you? What are you after? What are you after? You playing on non-ladder? Are you enjoying the new ladder season? And it goes perfect, dude. Yesterday on Stanford was 1,000 hour. It's really, really difficult. I I have thought because I've tried to get friends to play it, but so many of the systems are a bit clunky compared to the streamlined experience of newer games. And it's something that people who have been playing it since 2001 or 2000, like pre-LOD, kind of very easily take for granted, I would imagine. I couldn't imagine trying to get into this game. Nothing's explained. I mean, credit to Resurrected, 100%. So at least you have access to things like actually access to your stats and stuff. But still, so much was just not explained. It's just like um, faster hit recovery. That's very important to know your breakpoints. It's not listed anywhere. Physical da or sorry, physical damage received. But what I was looking for is like crushing blow or open wounds, something like that. It's just none of it's explained. But as long as you have somebody there to kind of uh, filter or guide like through the less interesting parts and help with the more confusing parts. All in all, it's still just a game where it's like, what would you like your end game to be? Um, it's definitely got a lot less of a defined end game than a lot of 48's bit high. Like Diablo 3, I played. Diablo 4, I haven't. But from what I've seen, uh, at least some of the end game is pretty similar to Diablo 3. And that's very, very guided. It's like push riffs, push riffs. Diablo 2, it's like takes casual push games to explain those things, answer questions. She doesn't focus on this. I've heard a person find something, use it, feel strong, stick with it, others switch back, and she's thinking about data and details, and like sounds like um she sounds like she's a great example of somebody who in practice has a lot more fun than a lot of the people who play the game a lot more like consistently, which is yeah, and it's an enviable experience to be sure. Um, I know I'm only playing non-ladder. I feel like ladder is for the youth. Ladder is for somebody who is going to I ladder. Get away with it. She's not perfectionist nor overly. She celebrates wins where she can get them. That is an easy recipe to just enjoy your experience, especially with a more experienced partner. Cold light, DR. Cold light. Nah. I don't remember. I don't think I have two 15s. I don't know. I like keeping like the leveling stuff too. Some of the leveling stuff. The stuff that's actually useful, I typically give away. Yeah, this is gonna go in there. Yeah. Fortunately, this is a game that grew up on. My first online game that I interacted with people, so um, it's pretty darn like second nature. Like all of the, well, a lot of it actually is still stuff that I find out, but broad strokes, I know enough about the game to not feel lost when I sit down. Now that is cool. Are you guys playing the new ladder season? Considering the scope of the stuff in this game? Uh, I don't think it's a very high barrier to like high bar to cross, like being able to sit down and like know just enough to be like softcore, private lobby. Me too. Me too. The only time uh I when I was still leveling, always enjoyed the battle games. I won't lie. 11 Dex, 9 life rep. I'll give that away. Um, and the Chaos games. Didn't really enjoy the Terror Zones. There's no real interest in groups, which is fair enough, to kind of maximize your XP gain. It was more prioritizing like drops, which is fine. It's a public lobby, but just that's not that fun to me. Um, whereas Bal and Chaos, it's like you more stick together. But other than that, yeah, yeah, yippies. Softcore for myself as well. And I did the first, uh, when like the first, resurrected ladder season, I did. But then after that, I was like, I would just rather be able to come back to the game every once in a while and be like, I'm gonna do some chaos runs, or some battle runs, or some cows, or I'll do Ubers and see if I can get a cool torch, than have to be like, oh, well, my characters are, they got sent to a area that I don't play. I mean, like, to be honest, the only thing that got me to come back was stackable gems, man. Like I played initially, and then I had been playing WoW, um, like Burning Crusade Anniversary, but the stackable, it's so nice. I love collecting stuff. Like I love having just cool stacks of that. All right, so let's see. Let's see if I was right. Wait, are these? These are 59s. Okay. Okay. This is another DR by 1. Okay, so this one, this one. So if I was to want 215 all res for whatever reason, and then I can give these away. And this is all the leveling stuff. This is all the leveling stuff. Look, doesn't take any level requirement. Might right out of the gate. 40 poison damage over 2. And the second that you hit level 6, Holy Fire, and that's got 2 sockets. And it's level 6, so 2 min, 10 AR, 20 poison damage. I love collecting stuff like that, dude. That's really cool. 40 all res with a level requirement of 3. Like that stuff would be just kind of binned, you know, after the ladder season. It's a big, big deal for me to finally replace my old Pally torch. I was actually Val, but to be honest, I really don't want to go through Worldstone with souls and stuff, even with the gear that I currently have equipped. I would much rather go to the Black Marsh and see if I can get Miss Countess to drop a key for me. I don't know how much you interact with the like economy. Prices have been everywhere. Not at all. Yeah. Warlock has caused a big mix up, yeah. Which is okay by me. Is kind of nice for somebody who hoarded. See, I only had like those 5 characters, but that was because I didn't need any more mules because of all the stacked, like stack runes, stack keys, stack everything, you know. Or keep doing. Nah, we can switch it up. Before I had yeah. See, it's still foreign to me to move it in that way. But it's so cool. I still haven't done any of the like newer stuff, like terrorize my own zones or anything like that. I kind of traded them. I was like, this stuff's not going to be. I'm really bad at like selling stuff, trading stuff. To be fair, I mean, like, I don't enjoy it, so it's not something that I very much enjoyed practicing, but the result is the same. And even I was like, there's no way that these stones that just terrorize an entire act are gonna maintain their price. They're going for like a couple of them for a jaw. So if you just farmed for a day, you just got, because it's obviously all old money now. Non-ladder's been up for how long? Streamers have lived for a time, very long time since played 2. It feels good to retread old ground with fresh sense of adventure. That's another So the nice thing about non-ladder, it's not a rush at all. Everything's going to stay the same. There's not going to be any sweeping changes. Like, I don't know if you played Diablo 3, um, but felt really bad a lot of times to come back to a character that I knew and and have it just be like an entirely foreign experience, or a character I felt like I knew because of all of the changes to the gear and stuff. It's not really that. That doesn't really happen in D2R. Yeah, I loved it. It was super different, but it always felt bad at the end of the season or the season changeover. I absolutely adored playing Impale DH for pushing, and then Strafe for farming. What the heck did I have to farm with the Strafe? Something. Um, but yeah, I loved the Demon Hunter. Impale felt really, really good. Um, but very different from Diablo 2. Diablo 2 is like, look at your character screen, you're like, ah, I would like to shoot for +1 in a very specific stat, SSS Monk. Oh, I don't even remember what I was farming with the Strafe. Was it Strafe? She like tumbled with like a bow. I don't know. She just tumbled. But I don't. So season 11, I think was the. Yeah, I don't remember any of it. I mean, like it was the same thing in. I only ever did solo pushes, which Impale DH was pretty decent at. I kind of just stuck with the character, and then the other thing is I'm a sucker. Volley shot, Demon Hunter, yeah. That's right, I just remembered, and then I remember I sat out for the season that the meta was like the Bola trap DH. It's not that I minded the playstyle, it's just that I just wanted to play Impale, and it was like inferior. I don't remember which season it was, but I'm always a sucker for like looking at a slash played and being like, it's cool. I've had this character for, or I played this character for, that many hours. It was cool rolling the character over every season. I'm sure I would get just as much. I would get Bone Rattle and Pal, or they give you colored wings. Yeah, that's right. It'd be fun to log back into those characters. Ooh, these could be really, really good. Oh, the other thing, the loot filter. And if you don't want to interact with it at all, you can just like download somebody else's loot filter profile. It's so nice. Like, it's so nice to be like not never a big DH player myself. Monk and Witch Doctor. Okay. I always really wanted to like the um, Crusader because like in WoW, my favorite, just for the archetype, my favorite was always Paladin, like being a warrior of the light and stuff. And obviously, um, Diablo, like almost 100% Pally. Uh, but yeah, I didn't really enjoy any of the. Maybe I just didn't find the right one. I don't know. I just really jived with the DH almost immediately, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna push with this. I didn't get any like top tens, but top 100 was pretty. I don't know if it was just because it wasn't very. Uh, the game had been out for a while. This was Crusader player. She flailed at multiplied number of spirits, summon chariot ability, and then chain holy burst. There's a lot of cool interactions. Yeah, D3 was fun. I didn't play it on release, so like I never had any like I heard people had like less than stellar experiences right at the start, but I think it was like it must have been like at least a year and a half or more. Yeah, I guess I think my first experience with Diablo 3 was actually in the 360, which is crazy because like I was playing pretty consistently since like 110, like pre-LOD. Um, but it was just like I didn't have a computer at the time, so reason to rate D2 over D2 is played D2 first. It is such a different experience. 100% agree. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure if I would I think I could be encouraged or shown how to enjoy it if I had somebody like show me like the fun parts of uh like what D2 has to offer. But if I played it alone, I'd probably be like, nah. I mean, like I respect the game. I respect what it's done for uh the genre, the ARPG genre, but I think I'll probably stick with the more like right out of the gate fluid playing classes, and more like outlined end game of later iterations. So yeah, but fortunate enough to. I shouldn't have ID'd that. I've been trying to like set aside, what do you call it? Like unID'd stuff because um the Chronicle. I don't know if you've looked at it at all. When like you get credit for IDing unique items, so it's like another layer. Oh, it's a nice dual, and that's chain lightning on attack. That's pretty cool. That's worth a giveaway. That might be that might be worth setting aside for someone like specific. I mean, like realistically, it's like FCR, 11 all res, and 15 life. Not gonna really make too much use out of the AR. It's a good ring. I just would hate to see it get accidentally Charseed because it just gets dropped in a free game and somebody doesn't know what they're looking at. Roll the dice on all the other stuff, but that I'm gonna probably just give to somebody who uh, I know could use it because that's like not even that much worse. Like, you know, technically, I don't even want to think about it. I think I'm overvaluing replenish life, but I've had this ring for so long. I don't wanna give it up. RPG is always a time sink if you enjoy it. You can put some serious hours in it. Oh yeah, I know, right? Like, uh, was it Dungeon Siege? There were a bunch of good ones. Uh, can you circumstantially courage to peep at me? Yeah, isn't Grim Dawn? Okay. Um, my friend who I've been playing this game with, well, he's got kids and a wife now, but we have played Resurrected, but yeah, he actually got that game for me, and we played it for a little bit. Um, totally fair take. He um, had nothing but glowing things to say about it. It's really hard for me to do more than one game at a time. Like even like I said, the only reason I'm back on Diablo 2 is because this is like a this is like once in a century change. Like this is a change that people have wanted for more than a decade easily, you know? So I had to come back for this. but for the most part, yeah. So Grim Dawn though. Then how it? Okay, not to just like ask you questions and try and I don't know, like force you to answer or feel like you have to answer, but like how does it stack up to like Diablo 3? Because I know it's earlier. I don't think I made it out of the starting area if I'm being honest. It was like I could see it was kind of the same thing as Path of Exile. Uh, I I could see it like the start of this or the beginning of the systems that I would be interacting with, and I'm like, this is going to take a larger time commitment than what I'm looking to put into it to get to the point where I would be happy with my um, accomplishments in game, which is I don't know how much that would just be like an inherent character trait, or I mean like at least I recognize nice it instead of being disappointed with 'cause like this is my primary hobby, 100%. Grim Dawn is sadly rear loaded, fails to stand out, hook people. Okay. Disclose a bunch of critical knowledge. Hey, fans of D2. If for any reason you decide to push through the haze and find how the game, my god, it's like when really? Wow. Does it is it still receiving like is it still maintained? Obviously, like as somebody a longtime fan of Diablo 2, I don't really care if there's regular updates, but as long as the servers are maintained, you know. Yeah, I don't have enough room in my inventory. It is sadly going onto the ground. We can put those there though. Yeah, but now at this point, uh, there's so much new. Like I didn't like I said I did the first season, but didn't play after that, so I missed out on all like the Mosaic assassins. I haven't used a pair of Mosaic claws. I don't know if you've seen those yet. Those are epileptic warning. Aw, that's a shame. Fucking particle density. Crazy particle density. Look fun to play. Also look like I might need to turn down the quality of the effects. Hmm. Shame it's on NATO. But I have no idea what I'm looking at when it comes to Druid. So maybe somebody will win the lottery. Yeah, that's the extent of my interaction typically with the in-game economy. Entering games that are already marked free please or free here. And just dropping stuff. Grim Dawn, oh, much more diversity? Alright, then I think it might be too complicated for me. I gave up on Path of Exile when uh, my good friend that I play WoW with, she was like, "Oh, you know, it's not complicated at all." And she pulls up the skill screen, and it's just like massive. Concept for character and finding any skill set explored for, not more. Oh, just about as much. Yeah, I will. uh, from the perks to fine tune it to perfection. Mechanic that lets you start as a class, later pick a second class, and the combo merges into a unique class. And there are 14 base class. Kind of like, okay, so another friend, what was the game that just got canceled? Ashes of Creation. I don't know how much you were following that. The game obviously didn't come out, but that was the first that I had heard of like well, other than the traditional like Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, tabletop, like Wizards of the Coast, or wait, Black Isle. Um, Obviously it's just like Dungeons and Dragons, but I never played tabletop, so. But yeah, it's the only multi-classing that I. It's a really cool concept, but I guess like with most games, um, it's a lot easy to stay encouraged, like keep coming back if you've got somebody to play with. It's funny because I don't know if it's been like this for you at all throughout life, but a lot of times I find myself playing stuff that wouldn't be my necessarily first choice, but I enjoy the people that I'm playing with, so it's like brings it up higher than a game that I might have chosen to play alone. And then obviously I still play the games that interest me enough to play alone, but it's funny how the gap can be bridged by quality of company. Grim Dawn. Well, shoot. Now it kind of makes me feel like should have played a little bit more with Zach. Zach was or is. I still sent him a text. Said finally did it, brother. With a picture of the torch. And that is another one that I should not have identified. Oops. I know, we're overburdened. See, that's another nice thing about the recent change. You're rewarded a lot more for just kind of like doing full runs solo. Because you can get those shards from anything, you know? So like, if you are a solo player, there's nothing wrong with going from a zone that you like in Act 1 to a zone you like in Act 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. Whereas, and they, you know, it's helped by them kind of nerfing some of the Terror Zone loot tables of like the more targeted bosses. It's sad to see, like, you know, Terror Zone Andy lose the crazy drop rate that she had, but healthier for at least my playstyle, and for people who play with other people, the end result's still gonna be the same. When you set the world base up here, demolish with an Oathkeeper, merge class Oath Shield, toss into throwing fireballs, cluster mine system, Blackwater cocktails, Molotovs essentially, as if, and a flaming bastard sword as well. As two divine. Oh, wait, the flaming bastard sword was a, or as well as, oh yeah, as well as two divine, and via skills convert 100% of their physical damage to fire. I love interactions like that. I love turning one damage type into my preferred damage type. Burn is dot based. Thank you. Along with a curse to strip. Ah, see, that is another thing that they gave us. There's no more thing like there's no more true immunities, and you don't have to have like an infinity with conviction aura to strip away, and even that obviously doesn't strip away everything. Not only magic, like this isn't this is specifically like bone spirits, bone like bone spears, holy hammers, and then they have it for all of the um, different damage types. So D2R is yeah, it's actually I'm ecstatic with, but yeah, that sounds pretty darn fun. Did you ever play any Guild Wars or Guild Wars 2 rather? Actually, I should not be going. Okay, the Sunder is a thing, but we still don't really want to go up against Haradrim Ancients. The your their magic community is sundered, not depleted. Kind of reminds me of the like your description kind of reminds me of the engineer from uh, Guild Wars 2. It's another nice game because of the horizontal progression. A game you can always kind of go back to. It's like no worries. And really, really, Diablo 2 kind of has a horizontal progression as well. There's definitely a point where you can uh, do like 180, and most people, even the top level like duelers and stuff, they don't worry about getting to max level because it's just not worth it, which is crazy to me, but it is a large time investment. Most of them just stop at 95. You're just not getting enough for that like last bit of leveling, so. Let's see. Chains of Honor, Lorimiel. Hmm. That's a good deal. Perfect Maras for a bear. It's not a bad deal. Hmm. Vaping. The same flavor that I've had for years now. Cloud Nerds apple watermelon. I like the fruitier stuff. Not a big dessert enjoyer. No, yeah. If I'm being honest with you, and this might be very well might be a divisive um, wish. If it didn't mess up in like your indoors so much, I would just be smoking cigarettes in here. Or and your computer. It's just like terrible. Sticks to everything. Like even like way worse than obviously. But there's something very, very nice about being able to um, smoke and play games. But the vaping does the trick well enough. Space. It would be Black Marsh first. See? 100%. 100%. Mm. I'll still, when I go on vacation, I don't want to like bring like a box mod, and I'm not a big fan of Nick salts. Uh, I don't know what it is. Just not a fan. So I'll just use disposables. See, that's what my roommate um, does, and my sister. Yeah, seems like that is they're way more convenient. But all the disposables, I don't know what it is about the Nick salts, like the I'm not sure. I can't put my finger on it. But if you have to leave the house, like if you have a job, this just isn't this, this not reasonable. Not reasonable to try and carry around. And it leaks everywhere. Perfectly fine for if it's just sitting on your desktop, but other than that, so ooh, we do like a flat 100. Max roll on Grimhelm is 107? No, not runes. Bases. Grim. No. 125. It's 60 to 125. And that's only 58 strength requirement. But realistically, what are we trying to... See, this is always the problem. I'm like, oh, that could be cool for... Okay, okay, okay. Bork. Alright, they kind of ruined it now. So it says unidentified, but if it's something that you haven't logged in your like Grail list that they gave us as part of the I disposal group, I work in a public facing role, local courthouse, smell a cigarette, yep, step out for and not commit to the duration of a cigarette, 100%. Not to mention, it's just like others' opinions aside, it's just yeah, uh, like we collectively have, at least in America for the most part, moved away from smoking. It's just a whole lot more of a hassle um, than what it used to be. I am indeed feel pretty young, but I am old enough to remember the cigarette vending machines. I'm glad to not deal with that shit. Uh, um, what, what? What dealing with, uh, oh yeah, yeah, yes, 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Yeah. Reminds me of a show. Very, very low chance that you've seen it. That's perfect. The It Crowd. It's just like kind of like a sitcom-ish show. Reside in Tasmania, Australia. Oh, no shit. Chef's Kiss. Yeah, dude. 100%. Mind your business. I one of the many less than desirable common traits of my uh, my fellow Americans fucking ever want to just mind their own business. Yeah, bro, it's not to just complain because I feel very fortunate to have uh, got a first world any first world country spawn in real life, but bro, sometimes like so much of the stuff that my fellow countrymen do and say. I'm just like, fuck, man. These are my people. These are my people. Fuck. I just stay at home behind my computer screen. That has nothing to do with me, man. That has nothing to do with me. Or maybe it's just my own perception of the rest of the world's perception, but I'm pretty sure that the rest of the world's like, the fuck are these guys doing, man? At best. At worst, it's like, okay guys, seriously, stop. What can do, though? Never met an ill-tempered Australian, gotta say. For what's that worth? Or for what that's worth. I suppose it is kind of your guys' time, though. It's almost 7 a.m. here. Very nice, dude. A little disappointed. Yeah, who am I kidding? I found like 5 total. Okay, this is actually a really good item. I would like to identify it, but I'm not going to. This can roll up to, not to condescend if you already know, but Tarnhelm can roll up to 50 MF. And it's a skull cap, so it's like level 8 requirement. Basically, you put a perfect topaz in that. Kind of gaming for a while. It's 74. Shit, I did it. Yeah, well, and I forgot about the +1 to all skills. Was not level 8. It's a really not the best roll. I mean, it's like mid roll. It's just habit. It's just habit. Did I already do black mark? Yeah. Makes you feel any better the way it is. Let's just say 1 in 10 Aussies are completely munted fuck with 1 in 10 Americans also. Population, you have no great disposition to be fucking super magazine. Well, yeah, it's difficult, because it's like, yeah, it's a shame that either side has to explain what should be kind of just like common sense, but it's like, yeah, you never know who you're talking to, so, but yeah, I actually, but I will disagree, bro. Like I said, Aussies are cool as fuck. Yeah, it's just sense now, mate. Ain't common anymore. True, true. Old man yells at clouds. But I haven't heard a single bad thing about any Australian. I'm not gonna lie, as an American. Yeah, yep, 100%. You guys are just like cool as fuck, and have to deal with like kind of Elder Scrolls-esque levels of creatures. Kind of like RPG levels of interactions with your fauna. That's the only thing oh yeah, and the I will say the drinking drinking a beer out of a shoe, that's a bit fucked. But that's pretty much the only thing that I've ever heard or seen that I'm like, oh man, that's pretty rugged. I don't think I could do that. But I'm sure, you know, I'm sure I could. 37. Damn. Okay. Now you're joking less than we hear if I was in the kitchen. Huntsman spider, scorpion. Damn. You had the fucking the cage match. You had the ladder system. You had a ranked ladder. You had yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. Dude, I've only been in Texas for a couple years, maybe a little bit more, but I'm from like spent the majority of the past couple decades in Maine, which is way up north. I never expect, yeah, anyone to know where any of the states are. 'Cause like even Americans don't know where half the states are unless they lived in like the East Coast or the West Coast. Um, Obviously a little bit of an exaggeration, but not entirely. Uh, but Maine did not. Maine didn't have cockroaches. Maine didn't have cockroaches. They just weren't a thing. I don't know. I'm assuming it has something to do with the climate. It's fucking elite. And I say cockroaches as a naive American. I've seen some of the monstrosities that y'all have down there. But as an American, like, if it's, like, dude, if it's, like, that big, man, like, it should not be able to move that fast. Like, that should be illegal. They need a nerf. I'm not going to lie. Like, they absolutely need a nerf. Nothing that large should be able to move that fast. The first time I saw it, I was like, Jesus Christ, man. Because there's nothing like that in Maine. What is there in Maine that's like bad? Wow. The internet and the power infrastructure on average, unless you're connected to a hospital power grid. Um, I never really minded the snow, but that's because we're humans and we get to have houses, so it's not that big of a deal. Sure, I would have a different opinion if I had to live outside. This is interesting. This is like 1 to 27 is, and that's a 110, 127. This is the maybe pile currently. Or if I see somebody that's like, I can tell could use it. I don't know, there's so many resistance altering items that have come out with what is it, Rise of the Warlock or Reign of the Warlock, whatever. $25 expansion. There's a ton of stuff that alter, like plus res, negative res, um, and it's just not something that I've ever had to handle. Like the math behind. Is that Horizons? That's the other nice thing. Chronicle sets, Hora. Oops. 150, 15, 40. It's the most important roll there. Who currently is my Java's on? Who's the current holder of my best pair? So I'll just compare those two afterwards. Or whenever. I guess whenever I run out of room. Okay. Yeah. That's usually it's a kind of shuffle it off to the side until we run out of room, and then we kind of have to. I try not to vend or anything, but it's definitely when we make a stop by a marked free game and just drop everything. usually enough time for me to come to my senses and realize I will never use this item. It's pretty cool, but I'm also not trying to sit in a trade game for uh, 8 total hours on and off for a pole room. Rather just kind of, maybe somebody 11:57. The last meal I had was at lunch. Curried chicken pie in the microwave. Ooh, I don't know what a curried chicken pie is. I, but if it's anything like a chicken pot pie, I don't know if I've ever had curry. Maybe. I mean, like, surely. Your head hurts so bad? Well, then why are you typing, man? Why are you typing? You always get headaches. I don't know how you always get so many headaches, Elder. I don't know. I don't know. I fear I do not know. See. Way too overtired to sleep. Well, then you know, knuckle down and do another 12 hours. Sit at your computer, do another 12 hours. Chicken pot pie with some kitchen, put a little chili sauce, some bad boy melts, and some cheese. Yeah, that sounds really good. Fuck. I haven't eaten anything. I had a bowl of some tasty, kind of like pad thai noodles and chicken and stuff. But that was a bit ago, for sure. We re-up on these. Oh, ice with some bread. Ah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Ooh, honestly, we're actually on. So I'm +7, I guess, +7 hours. I wouldn't mind making a pot of coffee. But then the problem is, it's like, dude, when do I actually stop running? I'm actually comfortable stopping whenever. Feels like an entire capstone on my Diablo 2 journey has been placed. Feels so much. I mean, I'm very broke now, but that is very much like a childhood dream. Specifically a Pally one. Only tier 3 and D4 season at the moment. Grind anymore. I won't say I told you so, but name a more iconic duo. Elder and tapping out almost immediately after he started grinding the game. Oh, and we're not even in Discord, so I can't hear fucking peaking mic. No. Grinding for 3 days straight. Yeah, like I said, almost immediately. I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. 97 AR. Happy I checked. You could always come play Diablo 2 with me, dude. You can always come play Diablo 2 with me. It's a lot of fun. We have Chaos Sanctuary And Balrons. Go for a shower. Enjoy the shower. Shower. Bro, but could you imagine 2515? Yeah, you really do, honestly. And it's infinitely harder if you don't have anybody to give you any direction whatsoever. But like, could you imagine, dude? 15 RS, 25 life on just like a blue. I really, really, really want to find a. I think 15's as high as they go for a prefix, but I want to find a max all res and FCR. It looks so clean. The highest I have is a 10, 10, obviously 10 FCR and 10 all res. This goes in the middle. Because that's, I would say that's one tier. This page is probably one tier up from the other one. This is like all of the different gear that this character can use. Excuse me. Because that is a cool ring, man. Now see, ethereal always kind of fools. It's a fool's mod, but that is all it had on it. It's the level scaled max damage attack rating. 1452 dual res, but too low of rolls, if I'm being honest. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do Worldstone. I will see one jaw for, I don't even know what this item is. Jaw for 20 H keys. A jaw is not worth 20 H keys. It's like 1 in 20 drop. And, uh, I mean, like, if somebody was in a position, the state is destruction keys are the easiest. Because, uh, that was the guy that I just killed. He doesn't really pose a threat to anybody because all, like, uh, non-ladder's been up for so long. Superior. What's superior COA? Uh, uh, that would be over my head. I don't know what this means, which is what it is. See, there's so much of it still. I'm like, oh, I have no idea. Yeah, that's Zach. Grass is fucking huge, he says. Just defaces. Like I said, we've been playing this since like early high school. Obviously not the remastered version, but well, um, if there's anything I can do, also, obviously, More than happy if you. I know that you're kind of rediscovering the game, but if you guys want rushes or anything, um, more than happy to. And I'm pretty quick. Obviously, it's just like a side note. If you happen to still be at the keyboard. Hmm. I love this being my personal stash empty right now. That's kind of nice. It's never like that. It feels like it's never like that. Should I do a cows? I always feel like cows is a good idea. I mean, like one of the actual items that I am going for before I Holy Shield a look at it. Right now I'm using a set of sacred Rindashes. Chance to block 58. The sacred Tarj is 65 or 63, one of the two. Either way, it's higher. So my next goal is finding two sacred Targes. So the block values line up when on the swap to like battle shout yourself. That are 45 all res bases, and then I can re-roll the spirit to what I need it to be, to the 35 breakpoint. But as it stands, it's definitely next on the list. These actually, the bases aren't too expensive. Probably like couple jai each. Appreciate the offer. Yeah, I assumed, but it would be uh I would regret it if I didn't extend the offer. You know, don't you know? Don't you know? Like the new update, he says. Bro. Stacking gems and runes. I love it. He knows just how big that is. It goes from an account full of 20 mules, and well, back in the day you'd have accounts full of just mules because you had character limits, and you had to refresh the mules, you had to refresh the accounts. Like if you didn't log into your account for like 6 months, they're gone. Which is fair, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how servers work really, but yeah, it was something that I accepted. But yeah, to stacking, uh, like people are going crazy over self-driving cars and VR and stuff, and I'm like, bro, we got stacking runes and gems. This is truly the future of gaming. Really? Huh. I always, once I get a set, I never let myself, they only let you go to 12. Well, I mean, like, they let you, how many organs do you get? Do you know? Oh, these keys. Okay. I thought, yeah, true. Like, we have tomes. No, these keys are just as important. If you're doing anything outside of specifically farming an area that you know doesn't have chests, it hurts to walk by something and have your character say, "I can't unlock that," or you play an assassin, and they don't have to carry keys. But we have tomes. You're gonna tell me we couldn't, like, we can't muster, or we can't finagle some kind of key ring of sorts? Maybe one that fits more than 12? Or if these keys are all so similar that they can be stacked together, maybe we make a master key. Maybe make the key of a little bit hardier material. Maybe make a key that could just be repaired, like 1 out of 100. That would be pretty cool. New class good? I, not gonna lie, haven't tried it, but it strong. Key ring? What is this ludicrous technology of which you speak? I know. I know, dude. I wonder how, now I wonder how many of these keys can stack. It's funny. This has gotten people, um, there's an influx of people trying to trade organs, um, because they opened, like, if you don't open all 3 portals, like each portal to these in the same game, it's just random which one you open. So if you drop a key set and it opens to this one, then you leave the game, you make another game, you very well might get this one again. So it was just funny seeing there's a whole wave of people that were learning that the hard way. Um, and trying to trade organs, which is it's just hard to do. It's not something you typically see. Typically people will just trade a key set for runes or key set for the big one before the Warlock's announcement was 4 key sets for an unID'd torch. So you can effectively make money, like you make your living just as like a smiter or whatever you kill Ubers with. So you can trade your unID'd torch for 4 sets of 3, which I always thought was kind of cool. But it's always like, nah, I would rather just farm them out myself and just roll the torch. It would hurt to see like some crazy torch enchanted, or I mean, ID'd trade organs. Yeah, right. In Brazil, dude. Llama's also llama, so I wasn't sure. Yeah, dude. Llama hit 99 first for hardcore. Yeah. I've been too busy farming with hammerdin. Which is true. I haven't even bothered watching any. Like, the Warlock looks cool, but I feel like I'm still catching up to the Assassin and the Druid releasing, dude. And that was 20 years ago. I still haven't played, I don't feel competent. Like, actually at a level that I would consider competent with any class but Paladin. And at one point or another, I've had all of them at 90 plus, not 95 plus. Most of them at 95 plus, but and the level is really, you're just sitting there in battle games. It's not really practicing or anything. The problem is and I couldn't believe there was pushback on this. For the longest time, classes existed within their endgame niche. There was no just, oh, I can just do everything other than kind of hammered in, and then your Sork, kind of. But other than that, you just ran into so many roadblocks. These are lava gout. I'll give it away. I mean, like, they're not really, but they're high level. Cool high level. Playing ladder. Heck no. Too old for that. Bro, that's for the youngins. I could never. If I, even in its essence, obviously, I'm more joking about it being like young man's game playing ladder. It's more like I don't enjoy that gameplay loop. I don't enjoy restarting, if I'm being honest. I like having my stuff and working to make it better, not rush to, yeah, rush to get an Enigma, and now everything's done. Pretty much. And then it's just like, if you're playing on Players 8, you're just going to be exponentially more geared, and it's like, okay, cool. Yeah, it feels like the ladder in and of itself on Diablo 2 is it's kind of more or less just like a race to 99, and then after that, I don't really know. I suppose it's a perfect MF term. There are items, there are runes that you can only craft on ladders, so there's that. There's that aspect of it, the completionist aspect. Which is something that I will have to eventually do, but I will do it at the end of the ladder season when it will be the easiest, because I really, I'm not gonna lie, the ladder only rune words, yeah, I don't see that as like a massive part of, and either way, I just can't wait to get these, dude. Gold footsteps. It's wild, actually. I'm at 74%. Yeah. Kind of like not doing bad for set items. Gold footsteps, perma glowing, and town portal. This is the one that you have the most control over, hands down. Sets, I guess there's just a whole lot fewer of. Yeah, some of them. Yeah, there's gonna be massive roadblocks. Uh, the second I saw Griswold's Legacy, you know how many years it took for me to find a Griswold helmet and Griswold shield? Golden Footsteps, start calling you Tarnished and Maidenless. That's a series that I have not played. I never played. Obviously, I'm terminally online, so I'm familiar with the term. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I guess maybe there's not an. I guess it's probably. It just feels like there's a backlog of games that I'd still like to play, and it's just the list keeps getting longer and longer, and I'm still like enjoying. Bro, it's actually insane though. Okay, all of this is child's play. Absolutely child's play. None of this, I mean, outside of the like this new one. Oh, I already had. Okay, I already. Never mind. Um, all of these except for this guy right here. Um, I've gotten a catechus. Uh, I'm trying to think if I've got any of them more than once. Yeah, I've gotten the shield more than once. It's yeah, getting that would be grim. I I imagine a scenario where people are trading specifically for un-IDs. It's probably there will probably be a market for specifically un-IDs for credit. Especially for this shit. Yeah, really not looking forward to that one. The rest of it's pretty light work, honestly. I I might have to. Oh, you know what I could do? Participate by not participating, because it gives you credit. Okay, that could be, and protector shield could be something. It gives you credit if a teammate identifies it in your game. It is not something. Only people might be, but the only people that can likely afford it are the blokes on the Forbes list top 10 billionaires. I think that, well, I think that, yeah, primarily, bro, it's also kind of a bit of a joke. For sure, I don't have anything against JSP, um, but it does uh, very much change how ladder works in general. There's no rule against on JSP using your forum gold to buy buy up the entire market because you have 20 years worth of forum gold. Some people do. And they can do it every season because they turn around and 15.8 minimum. Yeah. Now I'm not even gonna cope and pretend to say that's even close to a reason why I don't really have any interest in ladder. 'Cause it's not. I wouldn't mind it, but it's definitely like it's a factor. That's for sure. Sportsmanship is still a thing. You know, it's it's one of those things that's like who defines the rules of the sport and what even is the what even is the sport? Because it's like to a lot of people it's like, oh, by any means necessary, uh like I just want to. Everybody has different goals, I guess, for ladder. I don't know. Definitely not for me. I can't imagine any goal that I. If that spawned with a little bit higher life and 2 sockets, oh man, could you imagine, dude? Merc armor. Oh, and then ethereal. Uh, yeah. And a lot of these, a lot of the especially it's a pay once game. A lot of people will run 8 instances of the game for themselves, so they can just funnel players 8 gear into one character. So it's like I got a lot more respect for people, well, however everyone wants to enjoy the game is fine, as long as you're not hurting anybody else. I I don't disagree. I don't disagree. It's just one of those things like yeah, it's very much something like a fallback for me. If I can't really do anything about it, then it's like, yeah. The most I can do is just not and choose to not participate and mess up the economy by giving away a bunch of expensive stuff.
The order welcomes you.
But that's on non-ladder. Non-ladder is, on average, a lot more stable of an economy as well, because it's the relatively same amount of uh, currency or product um, being added. Obviously, now it's like fucked because Warlock went out, or it came out, and also, like, I mean, the way you interact with your stash is such a big part of the game. Managing your inventory is such a big part of the game. Now a lot of it stacks, changes what you can realistically do. So, it'd be interesting to see. Wait, been grinding WoWs. Wait, you gonna be streaming D2? Brother, I'm live right now. Probably didn't even occur to him because he's got kids and a wife. Circumstance perspective versus how to enjoy choice. Principle is fine. If you want to enjoy the freedom of choice, then we must, in equal measure, accept responsibility for those choices. In summary, if you're cool with your choice, and so am I. It's a lot heavier. That's a lot. That's showing the uh. That's showing the problem a lot more respect than my it's a lot more nuanced of an approach. And if I Elder, bro, no, because I'm gonna join and you're gonna be like, my head hurts. My head hurts. I died again in like level 3 out of 200. My head hurts. I'm just kidding. My man. There's a man Zach himself. Good. Had a shower until you're not good. No, no, no. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Maybe I'll be in later. Dude, bro. Okay, but it's not just this. Bro, yeah, I haven't even really touched. You can combine Sunders now with like other stuff. I don't know how it works, but look at that, man. Beaut. Ain't she a beaut? Yeah, it's like through these statues. I don't know. Uh, Yep. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The final price after everything was really reasonable. The I knew that I had to take advantage of the price change with Warlock coming out because everybody's trying to liquidate their like shit and trying to get runes to buy up mid uh, Warlock, torches and stuff and charms. Um, got it for uh, 15 jaw, one bear, uh, six D keys, a bunch of shards. And I think that's it. But and that was him asking. That was him asking only 17 jaw. 17 jaw for a 2020p torch. If it that price would only have been possible with the release of a new class. I posted because I was like, fuck it, whatever. Tradery's like messed up for whatever reason. I don't know. It's just really slow to load, and then half the time it doesn't load. I don't know what's up with it, but not working. So I just made a trade game, and I'm like, there's a good chance that somebody's trying to get rid of expensive torches, to like gear their new warlock. And it was 15 jaw for 2020p torch. First guy came in and he's like, yeah, you're way off on that pricing. It's like 35 jaw. And he was so fucking uppity, dude. I Whatever. Nah, he just came off as super like, you're actually way off on that price. I'm like, oh really? The last three sales were 17, 11, and 15. So, and he's like, what? Where? It's like the 35 is like pre-Warlock prices, and he's like, no, this is so stupid. People just the price just crashes immediately with a new class. I'm like, all right, have a good one, brother. And he's like, well, uh, if you would like a 2019 P-Torch for those 15 jaw, you can message me, winky face. I'm like, bro, find a fucking strong tree and a stronger rope. Thank you very much. That torch should be on sexy. Man, bro, this is the culmination of 20 years. That's what it feels like. To be honest, though, I'm not even gonna lie. Zach has I also I helped this guy. Um, just it was a non-perfect base, but it was a 15 ED, 14 enhanced durability, three socket, obviously, mage plate. So it wasn't perfect. It wasn't 15-15, and the guy was just coming back. So I gave him a jaw and a bear. This was before I realized that just how close I was to the pally torch. He rolled it perfect. He rolled a perfect. And he's like, "Do you want to trade?" I'm like, "Nah, dude. I rolled this one. You rolled that one. I told him, just whatever you do, no matter what someone gives you as an offer, don't, because I I don't know. No, no, no. Um, he was just coming back like after a long, long time. So he went AFK for a little bit, and we were playing together. And he's like, "So did you get anything while I was gone?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, here." And I just dropped the mage plate and the Jaeth bear. And he's like, "Oh, you want me to put these in here?" I'm like, "Yes, but only in Jaeth bear order." And he did it, and he linked it, and fucking 775 with a 15 ED. Yeah. So if he keeps playing the game, he'll eventually be like, "Oh shit, dude, he definitely did not find those in the 20 minutes that I, I, it's just like a little Easter egg down the road for him." But no, unironically, that what was the bow that you made? that bow was and is probably worth more than this pally torch. Um, just because it's in a perfect base. It's in a perfect GMB, a 15.3 GMB. And it's a 4 uh with a skill roll on it. Yeah. Your 2025 tax info and statement are ready online. Oh, really, dude? Alright, man, no worries. Yeah, yeah. For sure, for sure, for sure. Yep. Paired with the 2020-10, we got some just just combat lifers. Yes. Yes. That thing unironically is worth more than this. There's so many variables and people don't like just to be able to re-roll it. Like you got a perfect roll in a perfect base. Just to be able to re-roll it, it has at least one. It has a jaw, and I don't remember what it had. What else? It had a jaw and a cham. So it's got like re-rolling that would be a pain in the butt. So obviously it's like the market isn't as big. There's probably not as many people looking to buy the Faith as like a common like pally torch. But like, yeah, I can almost guarantee, or actually I know, like that is probably I I'm that is our team's our your and my team's collective grail IMO. Oh, dude, it's been such a whirlwind day. I didn't even tell you. This is how crazy the price drops have been. Just guess. Just guess. Got this today as well, but it's the price. Yeah, yeah, right. But I bought this. Guess how much? All right. Well, that's lower. I got it for a job air, but two socket, 29 out of 30 res. The only thing that's really low on it is the PDR. But like really, I was just looking for something that was two open socket. Yeah, 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 yeah. Uh, no, nobody does. Nobody does, man. You'll see some crazy stuff going on. Perfect and perfect Sork torch for just for uh Warlock torch. Uh, have Ists bring keys and shards, like 10 jaw for W torch. No sugar daddy. This is a team effort. I just happen to be I happen to be the one on watch currently. I and my watch may never end, but my duo is there with me in spirit. Ja for low Warlock Torch. Yeah. So, um, well, I'll start off with something that I still don't have. There's a new unique ring that gives you Town Portal. So you don't need this anymore. It just gives you Town Portal in the same way that this gives you Teleport. Really looking for that a whole lot. So it's transitioned from your personal to three shared personal, and then you had three shared uh, stash tabs. So now it's personal, shared with five stash tabs. Okay, yeah, yeah, I will be quick. Personal, five shared stash tabs. Same work the same way. Gems stack up to 99 of each. Don't know how high these stack up to. Look, juvies. So you don't have to freaking have like a thing full of juvies. Organs, keys. This is new. This is new. Um, these, uh, what do you call it? Terrorize an entire act, and it's got no duration. So if I was to consume this, it terrorizes the entire act, um, and that's it. And then, your, yeah, yeah, right. And then your runes. Obviously, I'm very fucking tapped. Everything is gone. Everything is gone. But it's really, really nice to not have an entire character for just for like raw runes, just to reroll like caster necks and stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They just drop randomly. You don't have to target them at all. And these I don't understand yet. But I know that they like if like let's say Chaos Sanctuary is terrorized. Well, the Act 4 one drops off of Diablo. The same goes for, Bale, Andy, Dariel, I'm assuming. Yeah, right? Yeah, look my account now. Look how slimmed down it is. No more freaking 20 level 90s that are just stripped and mules. Now I just have, this is low level gear, like leveling gear. This is the only mule, and she's completely. The only thing she has on her is a full Mav set and a cube. Uh, Geared enough Javazon, um, Smiter, Workhorse, and then a mirror hammerdin, like pretty darn 1-to-1. Except Soj instead of BK, obviously different FCR ring. Alders mixed up, but a 6-4. The smiter has the other 5-6. But it's literally just like 1-to-1. This is using my smiter's old torch now, 1520, 2019. And the smiter's using these are all offensive. There's an extra combat skill here. Yeah, the smiter's kind of my next project, but the plan is to eventually retire this character, level the 95 to 99, so I'll have two 99s, and have a, say, 18, 19, 2020, same junk, kind of junk, honestly, but yeah, 5-6, got the, I don't even need these anymore, got my, uh, notches, the notches, so yeah, that's kind of where we're at, but obviously, more than welcome to anything. If there's anything that strikes your fancy, if you want to try a Javazon, um, for sure can just take her. Uh, I, I haven't used her really at all since I made her. But Phoenix, Chains of Honor, Graffies, just as an example, this is a new item that I made. You can get piercing and cannot be frozen. Kind of crazy. I haven't used it at all. Storm Shield, Drax, Venom. That's a new item. 10 Crushing Blow. Alright, that's what I was gonna do. Oh, yeah, that's right. You actually had a Horker. Well, hey, that game's still going, man. 100%. Uh, Horkers do very, very well. That's one of the things that has remained consistent. They've target nerfed, terrorized boss loot several times to kind of equalize solo play, which, is a trade-off. Obviously, solo players still got pretty nice Terrazone Andy. Terrazone Andy doesn't look as good. Um, Terrazone Trav doesn't look as good, at least for items. For gold, it's the same, I would say. Um, but yeah. Oh, and here's a big one. Sunders no longer drop in uh, non-ladder. But fear not, your boy has weaponized his autism. We got 2 fires, a cold, a poison. The only thing I'm missing, and I think lightning, the only one that I don't have is physical. I don't know. I might have sold it at some point, or maybe it ended up on your account. I have no idea. But either way, I don't it's not use any physical character. There's not I don't have a physical character, so yeah. Yeah, maybe. Um mm, but yes, yes, yes. Uh we are definitely not in a bad spot if we want to do anything. And there's never been more stuff to do. Like these drop, you just consume it, and then you can just duo through. You're not punished at all for like you're punished so much less. It's so nice to like just as like a multi-purpose character, which is pretty much anything with Sunders now. Especially there's even more items with negative res uh plus element damage, like rings and stuff and runes and unique helms. Um, to say, oh, I want to target like these 3 spots, these 3 spots, these 3 spots, these like this spot, like couple spots. You're not like punished for it. Doesn't feel nearly as bad. If it ever strikes your fancy, I think we'd have a blast terrorizing. I haven't done them yet, but just from solo farming and going from act to act, oops,
Greetings.
it's been so much better as a solo player. So it would be that much better, that much better as a duo. See, this is another thing that I've noticed. They've added Warlock and Necro skills to like throwing knives, and they're not class exclusive. So you'll find like echoing balanced knife of like, whatever, and it'll have like +2 Warlock skills and +2 Barb skills or something. I don't know if they'll fix it, but it's more of just like a funny hee hee.
Good day.
Good day. Mm. All this talking has made me quite hungry. Yeah. Right now, the current plan, I kind of like the Act 2 background. Maybe she can hang out in Act 2. Everybody, I always leave them in Act 1. Looks so dreary. Is 2x Sacred Targes, 45 all res, Vex for Zod. I mean, like that's kind of average because Zod is like, eh. Tokens for P-gems. Jaw for 14s. That's pretty old pricing. This is undervalued Jaw. I also noticed a lot of people breaking at like breaking higher runes at deeper price cuts. Not sure why. Maybe for rolling. I haven't paid attention to the new. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't paid attention really to anything other than the 'Cause there's a lot of stuff that passively buffed the hammerdin, because that's exactly what the hammerdin needed. Um, more power. More power. Oh fuck, I went on that. Yeah. Very, very, very close to each other. Went on the wrong character. We check our keys, check our tomes, put our little Jordans on. Got those bad boys. Let me start from scratch. Actually, okay, this is a short one, but I might need to perhaps sleep for a little bit. I know this has only been live for 3 hours, but it was a very dense 3 hours. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, okay. I go eat. If you're still here, thank you for stopping by, Zach. And thank you for the chat, Elusive. And Elder, good luck, brother.